Did you see that when DB came back and played for us, that they got mad that our fan base was booing her?
I don't believe in booing former players unless they left on like some you type shit.
Sophie Cunningham just detonated a shocking detail on her podcast that rewrites everything we thought we knew about DeWanna Bonner's exit from Indiana. The Fever guard who shared locker rooms with Bonner in Phoenix and Indianapolis pulled back the curtain on one of the messiest midseason departures in WNBA history. What she revealed wasn't just gossip. It was a masterclass in how not to exit a team. And the details, let's just say you'll rethink everything you assumed about loyalty in pro sports.
It was one of my vets when I was in Phoenix, and then we gathered here into Indiana. And like, it was kind of a surprise that she was signed to Indiana anyway. And so we'll take her in a heartbeat. Like, she's a Hall of Famer. She's a hell of a basketball player, can score from anywhere on the court.
Smash that thumbs up now if you live for unfiltered sports drama. It fuels our deep dives. When DeWanna Bonner signed with Indiana, it felt like destiny finally smiling on a franchise star for veteran wisdom around Clark. Fever fans envisioned championship parades. Here was a decorated champion with 7 All-Star appearances and Olympic gold credentials. At her introductory press conference, Bonner radiated confidence, telling reporters, "My kids are literally right up the road. This young core has unlimited potential I'm excited to help unlock." Teammates amplified the excitement.
Sure, there were plenty of teams going for your services, DeWanna, so why was this the right opportunity for you?
I just feel like it was the location for one. My kids are literally right up the road, and I've spent a lot of time away from them, so that and the core that they have here now is just kind of want to fit in, and be another piece of the puzzle, and hopefully bring the energy dynamic and take us to a different level.
Sophie Cunningham, who'd shared Phoenix locker rooms with her, publicly praised Bonner's scoring versatility. She's a walking bucket from anywhere inside half court. Clark appeared genuinely telling media, DB's voice carries weight. She's a leader we've needed. Social media buzz with feverish anticipation.
DB is somebody that, she's a Hall of Famer, like a legend, not only a good basketball player, a great person, a great leader. The strongest voice in our locker room is hers.
Ticket sales spiked as analysts predicted playoff contention. But behind the polished optics, whispers emerged about half-hearted practices and detached film sessions. The Hall of Famer who promised men hip seemed more interested in exit strategies and offensive sets, a dissonance that would soon crack the foundation of Indiana's dream season. 9 games into the partnership, alarming patterns emerged. DeWanna Bonner 7. 1-point average was the lowest since a rookie year, while a 38% shooting cratered far below career norms. Rebound 3. 8 and assist 1. 6 reflected minimal engagement.
Her minutes had significantly dropped from last year. Well, in turn, if her minutes drop, a lot of her production numbers that she can see and the rest of the league can see also dropped with it. Look, she's just like Natasha Howard. She looks old on the court. All right, not trying to be this is not ageism. She looks like an older athlete. All right, she looks slower on the court, and the team has been lacking energy. It's been a serious problem. Seriously, long overdue. Let her go to the place where she feels she would be.
But the true story unfolded in real time during games. Defensive rotations saw her trailing plays. Offensive sets featured her camping beyond the arc rather than leveraging her famed mid-range game. During a pivotal loss to Chicago, cameras caught Clark gesturing frantically as Bonner jawed back on transition defense. When coach Stephanie White finally bent her late in the fourth quarter against Atlanta, the arena's collective gasp echoed the locker room's tension. Teammates exchanged uneasy glances during timeouts while fans voiced frustrations online about empty veteran presence.
Show up to work while receiving money, while taking payment, you refuse to show up and do the job. And let's be clear, you wasn't even good while you was here. You was shooting threes hitting the side of the backboard.
But this is definitely going to be a part of her history, man, because the new wave is taking over. These new fans are watching. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's going to be a part of her history, unfortunately.
The benching wasn't merely tactical. It was an organizational admission that their prized acquisition had become a liability. Yet, this professional setback merely prefaced what came next. a disappearance that would redefine unprofessional conduct in the WNBA. Without warning or explanation, Dana Bonner vanished. No team meeting, no farewell, just sterile press releases citing personal reasons. Clark's grin during Bonner's fourth-quarter shot clock violation swatted by reserve forward Lexa Hall felt like the season's defining snapshot. A symbol of Indiana thriving without the veteran who had ghosted them. Stat sheet stigma, a legend's collapse. Dana Bonner's on-court performance became a tragic epilogue to her Indiana saga. Logging 21 minutes off Phoenix's bench, she managed just 4 points, matching her lowest output all season. Her 1-for-4 shooting included a desperation three that ricocheted off the side of the backboard, drawing audible gasps. Even her lone rebound felt incidental, a stray ball bouncing into her hands. Defensively, she drifted through rotations, her feet anchored as Aaliyah Boston passer for easy layups. The numbers painted a brutal picture. -24 plus minus worse on either team. 0 assists in a game featuring 48 total dimes, 1 rebound from a 6 feet 4 inches and forward. Post-game analysts dissected her declining burst and peripheral role. But the truth was simpler. Indianapolis had gotten inside her head. Every mislified the boos, every boo deep in the slump. The coolest twist for Dana Bonner, watching her successors flourish in the system she'd abandoned. Point guard Ari McDonald signed after Bonner's exit. Torch Phoenix with 27 points and 4 assists, attacking the rim with fearless precision Bonner hadn't shown all season. Meanwhile, forward Chloe BBY initially misspelled in early reports. Locked down Mercury scorers while sinking 2 momentum-shifting threes. Their synergy embodied Indiana's reset culture. McDonald driving, drawing defenders, then kicking to BBY in the corner. A sequence that produced 11 of Indiana's 34 bench points. Coach Stephanie White's post-game praise said it all. This group fights for each other. No agendas, just basketball. The unspoken subtext. Bonner's departure had purified the locker room. As a final buzzer sealed Phoenix's 107-101 loss, Mercury star Alyssa Thomas, Dana Bonner's fiancé approached the Fever faithful. Instead of a handshake, she offered gasoline. She joined a real team now. The jab landed like a sucker punch, especially given Thomas' prior accusations about Indianapolis fans. The irony was scalding. Here was Thomas mocking the very crowd she'd painted as toxic. All while Bonner, her partner, had just posted a playoff worst performance in that inferior arena. Mercury teammate Khalil Copper later defended Bonner, calling the boos distasteful given her legend status. But even she couldn't spin the result. Indiana's fake team had just outscored Phoenix's real one by 18 in the second half. The night's true resonance emerged in its just decisions. Dana Bonner, the 3x6 Woman of the Year, outscored by every Fever starter. Thomas, the triple-double queen, dropped 32 points in a losing effort while her partner flatlined. Clark injured but incandescent, living every second of her team's redemption. Most damning, Indiana's post-game pressers. Coach White claimed she didn't hear the boos, a diplomatic dodge. While Leah Boston shrugged, the beer returned because we played Phoenix. Fans did what they wanted. We got the win. No gloating, no vengeance, just cold, calm closure. As Bonner walked off the court, had lowered against a fresh wave of jeers. The message was clear. Indiana had exhausted something stronger. A team that bled for each other, not just themselves. Dana Bonner's abrupt exit didn't just. Spacing for Clark's drives, while defensive versatility let Indiana switch 15, a scheme impossible with Bonner's declining mobility. Their combined plus 17, 8 efficiency differential became the league's best new duo. The ripple effect, Clark's evolution, and culture wins. With a veteran mentor void, Caitlin Clark's game underwent a quiet revolution. Her usage rate climbed 12%. But more crucially, her leadership deepened. She began orchestrating film reviews, pointing out defensive rotations younger teammates missed. During a road loss in Seattle, cameras caught her rallying players during a third-quarter timeout. Forget the score, win this possession. The result, Indiana closed the game on a 21-6 run. Coach White noted the change. Sometimes traction reveals untapped strengths. Caitlin's command of late-game situations now elite. Even role players flourish. Reserve Victoria Vivian's minutes doubled, yielding career-best 48% three-point shooting. It's trust, she explained. Everyone knows their role matters now. Accountability era. Cunningham's truth bomb as a league-wide lesson. Sophie Cunningham's podcast commentary resonated far beyond Indianapolis. Across the WNBA, veterans privately applauded her for calling out unprofessional exits. One All-Star forward noted, "Ghosting teams hurts all players." Sophie said what many think. The episode sparked locker room discussions about contractual ethics, with several franchises adding professional conduct clauses to future deals. For Indiana's young core, Cunningham's words validated their experience. Rookie Celeste Taylor admitted hearing an established player say that it healed us. We weren't crazy for feeling abandoned. Even Fever Management leveraged a moment, framing their post-born identity around responsibility culture, a mantra emblazoned in the practice facility. Legacy redefined, asterisk, and absolution. DeWanna Bonner got her Phoenix homecoming, but the cause became undeniable. Mercury's early playoff exit highlighted her diminished role. A Carrillo 24. 1. Create a roster vacancy. It ignited a cultural reset. Within 48 hours of her disappearance, Coach Stephanie White gathered the team. This isn't a setback. It's a chance to rediscover who we are. The shift was immediate. Practices grew louder. Film sessions more collaborative. Players who deferred to Bonner's voice began speaking up. None more powerfully than second-year center Aaliyah Boston. Her post-Bonner averages 18. 2 PPG, 11. 4 RPG. Spiked as she embraced vocal leadership, telling reporters, "Adversity reveals character. We're choosing unity." Even the bench celebrations intensified, with reserves choreographing handshakes for every defensive stop, a stark contrast of Bonner's stoic isolation during timeouts. The new guard, McDonald, and BBY's instant impact, Ari McDonald, a rival, epitomized Indiana's transformation. Signed days after DeWanna Bonner's departure, the 25-year-old guard brought ferocious two-way energy Bonner never displayed. In her debut, she hounded all-star guards Fullort, diving for loose balls and igniting fast breaks. Her stat line told the story. Plus 22. 3 net rating in clutch minutes. Bonner minus 15. 1-4. 7 deflections, game team high 63% assist to turnover ratio. But beyond numbers, McDonald's selflessness resonated. After dislocating a finger against New York, she returned minutes later to sink a game-winning 3, then credited assistant coaches for the play design. Meanwhile, Chloe BBY, initially misspelled in early reports, became the glue no one anticipated. The Australian forward's off-ball movement created minutes per game as younger stars overshadowed her. Meanwhile, Indiana's surge of the Eastern Conference Finals cemented her exit as a turning point. Analysts noted the irony. Bonner's departure unlocked Clark's MVP-caliber leap in Boston's all-WNBA season. Her legacy now carries a complex footnote. The superstar whose exit catalyzed a rival's rise. As for the Fever, they've moved beyond bitterness. At the season finale, fans unveiled a banner. Distractions removed, future secured. Clark's response, a smiling shrug. Everything happened for a reason. This group were built for what's next. This is a kind of raw sports truth you won't get anywhere else. Tap subscribe and hit the bell. We drop these deep dives daily. And way in below was Bonner's exit to WNBA's most unprofessional,